Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Patricia. So today is the first time that I am doing a video on this company. I'm just gonna come on out and say it. I have mixed thoughts. I need you guys to comment below and let me know if you have ever used Decant X before, what your thoughts are, because maybe I'm just a little cuckoo, maybe I'm just I have preconceived notions in my head. I don't know, but help your girl out. So let's just get started. So Decant X is obviously a decant company. The decant companies are people that take actual fragrances and they pour them into different containers, which means they decant them into a smaller container, and then you get to have the actual fragrance for a cheaper price because you're not paying for packaging, pretty bottles, somebody's name sprawled across a bottle. You are getting this. So I got the smallest sizes possible, 2 ml. That's what these are. So I have 5 2 ml samples. That's the smallest that you can get. So I picked out this house because they had a decant of a fragrance that is still relatively new, and I wanted to pick that up. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with 3 decants that I have already, and they are Black Opium. So I picked up the Black Opium EDP. And if you are unfamiliar with that, the EDP, this is just the regular Black Opium. So that is the original bottle. For me, for the EDP, I said it started dying down at 1 p.m. and I put this on around 12:15. Let me give you the notes really quick for Black Opium. I mean, we all know what it smells like. It's like coffee and florals, and what else is it? Top note is pear, pink pepper, and orange blossom. Your heart note is coffee, jasmine, bitter almond, licorice, and your base is vanilla, patchouli, cedar, and cashmere wood. For me, I mean, I know what Black Opium smells like. I don't have a bottle, but I've had enough travel sprays and decants to know what it smells like. Just trying to get this out of the dauber. And it's just, for me, this comes off very light. All I'm really getting, which is what I put on my notes, it's very light. It doesn't smell like the original scent to me. And yeah, I get more florals out of this. Like the original is the florals and the coffee note. For me, I just got florals from this decant. And I said around 10:30, I could still smell it slightly on one wrist. But then I couldn't tell what it was, obviously, by that time, because it was so long into the evening. You know how when the scent is dying, it gets to that point where it's like I smell something, I don't know what it is. By that time, it's time for it to wear off like that. But yeah, just off the rip, I just could not, I couldn't smell the coffee. Like, it just turned into this floral scent, and I'm just like, really? The next one I picked up was, this is the Black Opium Glow Eau de Toilette. There is no image for it yet. So the top note is pitahaya. I have never heard of that note before. Mandarin orange and citron. The heart is orange blossom coffee and jasmine sambac, and the base is vanilla and musk. It was released in 2019. So for this one, I hadn't heard of it, so I was like, oh, let me give it a try. Let me find a little dauber, a little scent thing. I was a little torn by this one as well. This is it's a fruity floral. It's pretty. Now, it does smell a little bit more like the original to me than the last one, but I still don't get a lot of the coffee. And for me, that's the only reason why I like black opium, is because I want the coffee. And so on my notes, I put this one on around 6:28. By 10:30, it was gone. It dried down very light. I could not really smell the coffee by 7 o'clock. And I said, it's just a light floral scent. So it wasn't a long-lasting scent at all. And my guess was because it's an EDT. Next, we have Yves Saint Laurent Black Opium. This is extreme. So this is the black bottle. And for this one, now I already have a decant. Well, not a decant. I have an actual travel spray of this from fragrance.net. So I came in knowing, okay, I know what this is supposed to smell like. And anytime I try a new fragrance house that has decants, I always get something that I already have. So that way, that is kind of the base point, the ground point of knowing, okay, is this legit or no? So this is the travel spray of Black Opium Extreme. This one I like pretty much the most out of all of them, because you really get the coffee and the cacao note off of this one. It's really, really pretty. So the notes, the top notes are coffee and cacao, and your heart note is jasmine, sandalwood, and orange blossom, and your base is bourbon, vanilla, and patchouli. I love this. Love this fragrance so much. It came out in 2021. So this is the travel spray. So now I have the decant. And, oh, these daubers get on my nerves so much. So let me go ahead and put some on here. And I know you guys are thinking, okay, well, that's going to be a totally different smell on that than skin. I already did the test on skin. I'm just putting it on here as a subtle reminder of what the fragrance smells like. And it's totally different. So in my notes, I said, compared to the travel spray from fragrance.net, you can smell more of the chocolate and the coffee note. So the cacao and the coffee note is strong. The decant smells lighter and more perfumey / alcohol-y. And I did a blind test on my husband where I just put both fragrances on both wrists. It was like, smell. What do you smell? Didn't tell him what it was, which was what, anything. It was just a what do you smell? And my husband said that it smells lighter in the blind sniff test. So even he, not even knowing what he was smelling, said that the decant smelled lighter than the travel spray. And once again, all I'm getting is a very, very light floral from the decant, and the travel spray is giving me that cacao and the coffee. So this was a total disappointment. Okay, so the next fragrance is one that the internet streets have been talking about forever and a day. And I was finally like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and give in. And it is Spirituis Double Vanille. And I probably butchered that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Everyone has talked about and raved about this fragrance. And I don't get the hype around it. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't get the hype. So I can't find it on Decant X's site. So I went over to the Neiman Marcus website just so I could show you guys the bottle of it. And this is what the bottle looks like. Beautiful, beautiful bottle. Very, very expensive. It's like $360, and that's for 3.3 ounces. And let me give you the fragrance notes of it. It's a woody amber fragrance amplified by an excess of vanilla. Everyone has gushed and gushed over this fragrance, and I'm gonna put it on skin just because it's supposed to be that girl, right? You can see I've used a decent amount of it because I just wanted to bathe in it just to see what all the hype was about. And honestly, I don't really get it. It's a nice fragrance. It's a nice vanilla fragrance, but I don't really understand the hype of it. So I put it on around 8 a.m. By 1 p.m., I couldn't really smell it anymore. And I said, I just don't get the hype. It smells like a nice vanilla perfume. So it's by Guerlain. I think I said that already. And yeah, I don't get the hype. Now, right now, what I'm smelling is giving me Billie Eilish vibes. The first one she put out, the vanilla fragrance, it's like that spicy vanilla. So let me know below. Is it because this is a decant and maybe it's a little off or a little something? Or is this really what it smells like? Because, like I said, it's nice, but it's just a nice vanilla for me. So the reason why I came to this Decant website to begin with is because they had YSL Lieb and they had the new Eau de Parfum. So here it is. So it's kind of the bright red one. I have all three of the other Liebs, and I plan to do a comparison video of all four fragrances. So I had watched a few videos going back and forth where people are like, well, if you already have one, do you really need this one? And they were saying that, I believe they were saying it was pretty much like the intense. So it's like, okay, do you need the intense of the perfume or not? So I decided to pick up a decant. Now you can see by the color of this decant, it does not look like the color in the perfume bottle, because as I've said, this is almost like a red color, and what I am getting is just your regular yellow color. So that was the first thing that threw your girl off. So I went ahead, I gave it a try though. You know, we're always going to give it the college try. And let's just put it on. I'm going to put it on the other wrist. Well, let me give you the notes for this one while I have it up. So the notes for the parfum, your top note is saffron, which gives it that red color, ginger, mandarin, orange, and bergamot. The heart is lavender and orange blossom, and your base is bourbon, vanilla, honey, tonka bean, and vetiver. What could possibly be wrong with this fragrance, right? It was released last year. For me, I am just getting it. I'm getting like the kind of essence of the original fragrance without it really coming home. And when I expected a parfum, I expect something to be like pow in your face. This is a super amplified version of the original. I put this on at 12:30. By 5:42, the scent was gone. I said that it smells like an old-fashioned perfume. So when it started off, it kind of started off heavy, Smelled like an old-fashioned perfume, like a Chanel No. 5, something like that. I could smell the orange at first, then the lavender settled. It softened after about 10 minutes. And then after it softened, it smelled like the original. So, yeah, I'm just, I don't know. I'm on the fence about this one too, because what's really, really throwing me off is the color of this juice, which does not match the color of the juice that I know it's supposed to be. When these are nowhere near the same color. So that immediately threw your girl off. So let me know, as I said, because the whole thing left me feeling a little weird. Like, am I really smelling what I'm supposed to be smelling? You know, after smelling something and it kind of went wonky, then that kind of jaded me toward everything else. Now I'm smelling everything else kind of side eye, like, is this really real or not? So I need you guys to comment down below. Let me know if you have used Decant X before. What are your thoughts? Because I have one decant house that I specifically use for everything, and the only reason why I really will venture to another decant house is if they don't have it. So once again, comment below, let me know. I'm confused. That's it. I'm still going back to Spirituiste Double Veni. I'm still just like, I don't get it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any of the fragrances mentioned, like full bottles, travel sprays, decants. Do you have any of the fragrances I mentioned in this video? Give me your thoughts on them and let me know if you think they are full bottle worthy or not. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.